Phil McDonald, the crowd, my God, master at work. Inspiration never ending as I craft these words. Miracle master with a pen and a pen and my vision on a mission with precision. So don't beef in the definition. That's cuz I go hard like the bearded beast. And when I get knocked down, I get back on my feet. Always look up so you can't look down on me. I'm the best alive, that's me.
I'm the best alive, that's me. Welcome to the Bearded Beast Show. My name is Bill. And I am the Bearded Beast. Little bit different intro there, huh? Well, this is going to be a little bit different show. I'm here to talk about and give my opinion about Tucker Carlson and Fox News. Tucker out after his 7-year reign. 14 years after joining Fox News. It appears his final show was aired on April 21st. The report says they agreed to part ways. Do we really believe that that's what's going on here? Tucker's departure comes just 5 days after Fox settled with Dominion Voting Systems. Did you know that Dominion Voting Systems sued Fox for defamation and Fox settled out of court for $787 million? Other departures that have recently departed from Fox, maybe did they agree to part ways? We don't know. Dan Bongino, Laura Trump. Does any of this make any sense? From what I understand, it seems the trial would have exposed some text messages that would have revealed that Carlson had a deep hatred for Donald Trump. The part that really gets to me about this, though, is Carlson's show was Fox's biggest draw. Not as much as the Bearded Beast Show podcast, but he was getting 3.8 million viewers a night. Little shy of this show. So Fox, if you need a replacement, just give me a shout. But what also happened within an hour of Carlson being let go from Fox was Don Lemon got fired from CNN. Don was there for 17 years. What do you think? Do you believe we're going to find out there's a lot more to both of these stories? What did Donald Trump tweet after Lemon was fired from CNN? Here's what he had to say. The dumbest man on TV has finally been fired by fake news, CNN. I guess my question is, what took them so long? If Donald Trump says he was the dumbest man on television, what took CNN so long to let him go? Now, neither news network has given any insight on these departures. But I'm starting to think something, and I have a question for some of my listeners. Do you believe that Fox and CNN could be working together? I mean, realistically, think about this, right? As a business owner, business owners usually are friends with everyone in their business arena. Could this be coordinated? Fox firing Tucker and then CNN waiting a half an hour to an hour to try to cut down some of the backlash by firing Don Lemon? I don't know, because when you think about it, Fox News, to me, it doesn't make any sense to release your biggest name, right? I mean, there's Sean Hannity, but when you listen to Sean Hannity, you can't really even watch his show because he's so far right. that anyone in the middle can't even relate to him. But now you take a look at Tucker Carlson. They tried to paint him as far right, is what Fox wanted you to believe. But he could actually resonate with most common sense Americans and people in the middle. His show proves America can't be all far right. His show alone was bigger than CNN's whole network. So again, why would you cut out your highest performer? Makes no business sense. But maybe it could be, since both networks know each other, they could be deciding to go in a whole different direction. Maybe a whole different direction with their left-right narrative. Maybe could it be they're going to decide to go in the same direction? Or could it be they're going to decide to take away some of the decisiveness, right? Let's take away some of the decisiveness in America for a while because things are getting too heated. And people are starting to realize who's really pulling the strings here and who the puppet masters are. And when they realize, and I'm talking about the puppet masters, they're starting to realize a lot of us, that there's a lot of us and there's not too many puppet masters. So the puppet masters are starting to realize, hey, there's only a few of us pulling the strings and there's a lot of people out there starting to catch on. So could it be that they are trying to calm it down because their plan of the 2030 agenda, basically global communism and one world government, could it be that they have failed and they realize that they have failed, and instead of continuing to push their plan, could it be that they are going to potentially smooth things over and not try to be so decisive? Try to bring back some sense of normalcy? Maybe take a step back and regroup and then execute their plan? Because let me tell you, the history of communism works this way. They push, 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 and when they start to get a little resistance, they stop. They go back a little bit. So it would almost be like 5 steps forward, 2 steps back. They sense some resistance, 5 steps forward, 2 steps back. Right? That's the play. So in my mind, what makes sense, if they are going to try and unify America, now listen to this. If they are going to try to unify America, who I believe they are going to try to run would be Michelle Obama. And I believe they would try to run Michelle Obama with the exact same plan as they did with Barack Obama. Remember when he was running his campaign, Hope, Change, Unity? And if they want to try to do that with Michelle Obama, guess what? They can't do that with a decisive message coming from the left. So how I see it, I see them getting the news networks to start spreading the same message. Fact is, I believe they have not gotten where they wanted to go, and people are starting to stand up and call bullshit. And there is enough people standing up. I mean, all right, look at what just happened to Anheuser-Busch, right? Did Anheuser-Busch really believe that many people would stand up? Look, people standing up. They stood up. And the left no longer has the cancel culture power. The right has the power. But I've actually been saying this for a little while. So here's what we're dealing with. We are dealing with a small minority of people who are making coordinated decisions based around the fact that they haven't been able to impose their will enough on us in the time frame that they selected. So like I mentioned, they are regrouping and they're going to come up with a different strategy. And the strategy that makes sense to me is, again, going to run Michelle Obama, and they will try to run a unified message of hope and change. And they're going to try to run that same message that they did with Barack Obama, right? Based around them calming shit down in society. Because you can't run hope, change, and unity when things are like they are right now. Because right now, tons and tons of voters are actually shifting to the right. People are starting to realize all their bullshit. And what they need to get with Michelle Obama is more identity politics. And the only way that they can stop the bleeding is to calm shit down. So that's how I see it. And that's what I believe happened with Carlson and Fox and Lemon and CNN. That's how I see it. It's the only thing that I see makes sense. Could it be something else? Of course it could. It could be a lot of things. But that's actually how I see it. Trust me, if Fox hadn't settled out of court and went to trial, we would have discovered how mainstream media actually works. And it would have exposed that it's all coordinated. These elite leftists actually thought their plan would have been much further down the road with COVID. So do me a favor, please. Wake up and don't drink their decisive Kool-Aid.
Phil McDonald, the Krav Maga master at work. Inspiration never ending as I craft these words. Lyrical master with a pen and a pen in my vision. On a mission with precision, so don't beef in the definition. That's cuz I go hard like the bearded beast. And when I get knocked down, I get back on my feet. Always look up so you can't look down on me. I'm the best alive, that's me.